Hello again, friends, and welcome to another segment here on Doc G's Wine and Spirits Review. Welcome to late August. The summer is slowly slipping away, so I thought it was time to drink to that because it's a little bit depressing when the time in the pool starts to melt away and we start to head into fall, but that has its advantages too. But today, this episode is going to be about a spirit, our couple spirits, and it's going to be about a special cocktail, one that I've never done before, and I'm about to share with you for the first time. It's actually only the second time I'm actually trying this. I tried one a little while ago when I learned about it, so I'm going to demonstrate it for you here. So since it has to stay so cold, I've already got it in the shaker. It needs just a little stir, and then we're going to sip it, and then we're going to talk about it. So there you have it. As you can guess, it's got a special name, and I'm going to share you the history. Put a little lemon on there. I'm going to tell you the ingredients. I'll post a little bit about it. Wonderful smell of a lemon. We'll put this nice dehydrated sliced orange in here, looking like a pro bartender. So here we go. Cheers. And welcome to the episode called the Vesper Martini. So let me talk about this drink for you. This drink is actually older than me. This drink became famous in one of the original James Bond movies called Casino Royale. It was a drink featured in the movie, and it has been popular ever since. So the Vesper is really just a punched up martini. It's all alcohol, as martinis generally are, and it has a wonderful lemon saline base to it. It's not as powerful as a martini. The vodka and the gin together actually kind of mellow each other out. Very, very smooth. So let's talk about the Vesper. So by recipe, the Vesper is 3 ounces of a gin, and now I'm going to talk about the gin that I chose here. There's actually a little left over in the bottom of the bottle. We don't want to waste that. So there it goes. I'll talk about this gin. There's a little bit of vodka. You want to use a high quality vodka. There's some orange bitters in it. And there's, of course, the secret sauce, which is this thing called Lillet. So let me talk about the ingredients separately and then how they came together. So as part of this movie, they featured this drink, and then it became famous. You know how that all drinks have some kind of history, and this one was no exception. So the ingredients in here, it's predominantly a gin-based drink. The vodka helps smooth it out, so it's 3 parts of the vodka, or 3 parts of the gin, and I chose here a mermaid gin that comes from the Isle of Wight distillery in Scotland, and I'm going to explain why I used this one. I just got a very neutral vodka that I buy here in Philadelphia. It's called Penn 1681, distilled by Philadelphia Distilling right here not too far from me in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And finally, there is a drink called Lillet, and this is the star of the show. It really is what I think smooths this out. I drink a lot of martinis, and they're nice, but they're not what I would call smooth. They have a little kick, a little bite. This drink is completely smooth. It's got even a little aromatics to it, but I want to talk about what Lillet Blanc is. Lillet Blanc is a wine-based liqueur that is about 80-85% a Bordeaux white wine distilled down, and that means it's probably some Semillon and some Sauvignon Blanc. And the other main ingredient that they use for Lillet is they macerate oranges from several places all over the world. Some Peruvian green oranges, some Spanish oranges, and I forget where the third one. I'm sure they vary where they get their oranges. But this is basically, you can see it's got a slight tint. It's an orange-based liqueur that you can actually make a Lillet spritz, which is just 2 parts of Lillet, 2 parts club soda, ice cubes, and orange slices. It's very popular in France, and you know we did some spritz episodes a little bit earlier. So I wanted to share with you as a nice little summer possibility this drink, and I'll post the recipe and you can have a go at it. Just beware. only have one unless you're not going anywhere. You can get a little bit of there's a little bit of the orange on the end of it. It is very, it's kind of relaxing. It's a really nice drink that you can just take your time with. You do want to start out with your glass very chilled. I just went in and got this out of my freezer, and it's about 80 degrees out here, so it didn't stay chilled very long, but the glass is still cold. It just isn't frosted anymore, and it makes a wonderful cocktail pre-dinner for whatever you might be having, and I highly recommend you give it a shot. Now, let me, since the world of gin is so varied, this one was recommended. I did a little research because of the lemon and orange citrus base. This is also a gin that has a high amount of citrus and lemon and a little bit of salinity to it that matches well with it. Believe it or not, in the movie, the original gin back then was Gordon's. Doc G doesn't do Gordon's gin, but that was back in the day when gins weren't as prolific as they are now. But if you are a gin fan and want to try a Vesper, I highly recommend a London dry style gin. Tanqueray, quite honestly, would fit the bill. Botanist would. This mermaid gin, which I get at Total Wine, can't find it in Pennsylvania, works very well. Any type of juniper forward London style dry gin would work very well. So I don't want to make this an expose on gins. You just need to find a really nice crisp gin and put it with this little A and a nice, average Tito's vodka, whatever vodka floats your boat. You can put it in. I'm not a vodka drinker, but I can tell you in this beverage, this is fantastic. And floating the orange wheel is not necessarily part of the original recipe, but I did a little research and found out that putting in that orange wheel actually helps bring forward the Lillet orange that is very apparent in it. I actually sipped a little bit of this Lillet before I made the drink to find out what it tastes like alone. And it kind of gets a little bit lost, but it adds a little bit of sweetness to this drink that turns it into a very pleasant sipper. So, thank you for joining me. I'm going to post a little bit about the Vesper, its history. I'll post a little bit about Lillet. I'm not going to post really about any gins. You need to get a London dry gin and go for it. So, thanks for joining me, and we'll see you again next time here on Doc G's Wine and Spirits Review.